Nyafeko jek jekal ko. You can't do it, no, no. Never, 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 never stop. God wants a papa why. Nyafeko jek jekal ko. You can't do it, oh. Never, 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 never stop. God wants a papa why. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Hee hee.
My name is Cheptoek Boy from Standard Media Group. And my question is, for a long time, your music and also the likes of Baba Mal, Salif Keita has been the main brand of Africa, mainly known as the world music. But right now, it is changing a bit and Afrobeat is taking over. What's your opinion of that?
Yeah, I think in the 80s, beginning of 80s, we have this great connection between a lot of great artists, Peter Gabriel, Sting, Paul Simon, and a lot of pop artists. They were very open to meet different, music coming from different part of the world. And we meet. I remember, the album Grassland when we played with Paul Simon was really very exciting. And then when these things happen, and the press was, the press say, "Oh, this is world music," and world music for them they means music coming from underdeveloped country, and we say no. This is not underdeveloped country music. It's just connection between pop music and and African music, and then we have great support from the press around the world, and representing Africa in this style of music, world music, and yeah. Then 15 or 20 years after, the press doesn't talk about anyone about world music, because everybody doing world music. Even you listen pop music, you you heard some influence coming from Asia or Africa, something like that. And then the press say, no, this is why the press doesn't support more than 20 years, and people forget and just keep the name of Youssou N'Dour, Baba Mal, or Salif Keita, Papa Wemba, etc. And then we are very slow. When you talk about world music, there is 5 or 6 names. And then, yeah, what's happening now is great because of the urban Africa. People in the West think of Africa is just jungle, and the young people bring it music coming from the urban, like Nairobi, like Dakar, Abidjan, or Lagos, or something like that, and they really have this respect for Afrobeat, and there's a lot of possibility for them because of the English, because of the proximity of a lot of Nigerians who live in United States, support promoting the music, and today is something really people really love. I'm really proud, and doesn't mean the other music we doing before is more traditional, is more representing Africa. That is just plus, something plus. We're very proud of these things. This is why, a lot of album happening now is between us and the young generation. As it's going to be really, on va jamais laisser l'opportunité qu'on a maintenant avec cette connexion avec la nouvelle génération et l'ancienne génération.
We'll never give up this opportunity that we have to strengthen our connection with the new generation and the youth.
Et parce que nous devons vraiment... moi, quand Burna Boy m'a appelé, c'était C'était incroyable parce que je ne le connaissais pas très bien et il a fait un tweet pour me rechercher, pour dire qu'il veut me voir, qu'il veut chanter avec moi. Après, c'est mon fils qui a vu ça, qui me dit « Oh, il y a un artiste qui s'appelle Burna Boy qui te cherche. » Je dis « Oui, il me cherche. » Après, on a parlé, il m'envoie le son et j'ai fait l'introduction de la chanson.
So, as a case in point, there was the situation where Burna Boy was looking for me. It was quite a surprise, honestly. He started tweeting, and it was actually my son who noticed, and he's the one who came to me and told me, "Well, Dad, there's this artist called Burna Boy who's looking for you." And I said, "Okay, no worries." And this is how I ended up, recording the introduction to his song, and this was quite an interesting experience.
You also, a while back, it was reported that you're leaving music and you also ran for presidency. Do you still have ambitions to be the president?
When I talk about politics, I need translation. Make sure right. Non, je suis très engagé pour le développement de l'Afrique. J'ai beaucoup d'expérience avec ma carrière. Et j'ai rencontré beaucoup de gens et je pense, je connais, parce que moi je vis en Afrique. Je ne vis pas à New York ni ailleurs. Chaque fois, je retourne en Afrique. Et à un moment, j'ai senti que je pouvais faire quelque chose pour mon pays. Pas seulement parce que je suis populaire, parce que j'avais des choses. Et je me suis engagé. Malheureusement, il n'y a pas eu de suite parce qu'ils m'ont éliminé sur le champ par leur système. Et après, j'ai supporté le président actuel et on a gagné. Et il m'a demandé de venir travailler avec lui. C'est une belle expérience, mais ce qui m'intéresse beaucoup plus, c'est avoir un pays ou un continent qui est stable, un continent où tout le monde s'écoute, un continent où on prend en compte les choses pour la jeunesse. Donc je suis toujours engagé pour le discours politique. Maintenant, les échéances, ça dépend. Chaque échéance, après, on prend une décision.
Well, the truth is, I was quite committed, and I still am, to the development of Africa. And I believe that thanks to my personal experience as a music artist, I had an opportunity to not only to learn about a lot of aspects, but also meeting a lot of important people. And thanks to my work and the fact that I live here on the continent, not in New York or some other big city, I have an opportunity to actually see what is happening on the ground. And I also have the opportunity to work with people that are currently working to improve the situation here in Africa. Unfortunately, my run as president, well, I had the result that you all know. I ended up getting a lot of support from the people. So in the end, I decided to side with the current president of Senegal, and we are still working together to make things progress. At the end of the day, what I truly believe in is an Africa that is united. I need to put my personal experience at the service of the African youth and find a way to keep the continent stable, to always listen to its people, and find a way to progress together.
You own a media house. Why was venturing into the media industry important to you? And then the second one, you're in your 60s. When do you plan to retire, or will you ever retire?
Merci. Oui, je connais un peu les médias et j'ai créé un groupe. C'est le groupe numéro 1 au Sénégal. On a une télévision numéro 1, radio et newspaper. Mais je ne contrôle pas le contenu de ça. Nous sommes presque 600 personnes qui travaillent là avec le média. Ça s'appelle Futur Média. C'est très important et nous avons beaucoup de grandes personnes de médias qui travaillent là, mais je m'occupe pas, c'est pas moi qui programme la musique et c'est pas moi qui fais les choses. Bon, maintenant, dans beaucoup de domaines, on a fixé des chiffres où on doit s'arrêter. Malheureusement ou heureusement, dans la musique, il n'y a pas de chiffres où on dit on doit s'arrêter à tel ou tel moment. Je crois que il faut saluer la chance d'avoir un métier qui est d'abord une passion. Quand on a la passion, on dépasse celui qui est allé à l'université pour dire que je suis professeur et qu'on sait que le professeur, il doit s'arrêter à un moment. Peut-être il le fait, c'est nécessaire, mais il n'était pas passionné par ça. Et moi, nous sommes passionnés par ça. Chaque fois que je ressens que cette passion est en moi et que je puisse écrire de la musique, chanter, bouger, je ne pense qu'il n'y a pas de limite pour moi.
Okay. So to answer your very first question, to talk about the media house, we do indeed have a media house in Senegal. It happens to be the #1 media house in Senegal. We deal with TV and radio, but the truth is I'm not personally involved in the day-to-day activities. We have about 600 people working on it, and there are people that have proven how good they are in the world of media, people that I trust, and they are the one in charge of handling all those little aspects. So I am overseeing it, but I'm not involved in it on a day-to-day basis. Now, to answer your question regarding the aspect of retirement, truth is I'm particularly grateful to be in a field, in an industry where there are no real ceilings when it comes to retirement. So unlike an individual that would go to university and who would be doing a traditional corporate job and who would have to retire at a specific point in time, I have something that is quite exceptional, and that's passion. And when you are passionate with whatever it is that you're doing, you find ways to go above and beyond what other people are technically about to tell you, whether it's how you're supposed to do things or when you should stop, etc. So I'm just very, very grateful.
Sorry, sir. A question for Youssou N'Dour.
Please.
Hi, Edouard for Brut Media, Brut Sénégal. Salam alaikum, grand. Là, bonjour, donc ma question sera en français. Grand, vous êtes un artiste, vous êtes également une grande figure politique au Sénégal. Donc aujourd'hui, vous venez ici avec une double casquette. Finalement, quelle sera votre contribution au Forum Mo Ibrahim?
So the question was, good morning, Mr. Youssou N'Dour. You are a great artist, well recognized all over the world. You're also a great figure in Senegal. So what I would like to know is what will be your contribution to this particular Mo Ibrahim event?
Moi, Ibrahim Foundation, moi je suis membre, vraiment. Et c'est là où je salue Mo et son équipe qui ont toujours eu une grande écoute par rapport aux gens qu'ils invitent. Je me souviens chaque fois des réunions où on a dit à Mo, il y avait Angélique Kidjo, il y avait moi. On disait, oui, il faut faire le show le lendemain, il ne faut pas rester seulement à la cérémonie. Donc, nous sommes membres de cette fondation où nous participons beaucoup à l'évolution du contenu de la fondation. C'est-à-dire, soyez sûrs que la fondation Mo Ibrahim prendra toujours en compte l'art d'une manière générale et particulièrement la musique.
So I would like to start by reminding everyone that I am actually a member of the Mo Ibrahim Foundation, and this is an element that matters quite a lot to me. I would like to thank Mo and his team for including me, and I do remember a few meetings back in the days where Angélique Kidjo and I were talking about how we could host a cultural aspect after the actual meeting, so for example a concert, etc. And I genuinely believe that we have contributed quite a lot to the progress of the foundation, and it's something that I would like to continue. So it's really in that aspect that I'm present here for this event.
Merci grand. Donc du coup, ma deuxième question. Aujourd'hui, on sait que la musique est aussi une arme, un moyen pour la jeunesse finalement de faire passer des messages. Vous l'avez toujours fait dans vos musiques. Aujourd'hui, quel message vous passez à cette jeunesse sénégalaise, africaine en général, qui est en train de se battre pour la bonne gouvernance en Afrique?
So we all know that as of today, Africa is a means to share, So music is a means to share a message. It can also be considered as a weapon, a tool that we can use to share the message. So what I would really like to ask is, with your current position, what message are you trying to send to the youth, not only in Senegal, but the youth in Africa as a whole, the youth who's trying to improve the conditions in terms of governance on the continent?
Conscience. Conscience. L'Afrique, aujourd'hui, compte plus de 60 ou 70% de l'Afrique, de la population africaine à moins de 25 ans. Conscience. Et si cette jeunesse-là, qui est la majorité, elle est consciente de la richesse et du travail qui reste à faire, moi je suis tranquille. Conscience.
So the key word I would like to focus on is awareness. So I believe that right now, the youth in Africa needs to be aware of all that they have at their disposal, all of the tools that they have in order to help the continent progress. Because as it said, we have about 70% of the youth in Africa that is younger than 25 years old. So if these young people can understand and be aware of everything they have at their disposal and what they need to do in order to make sure that Africa progress, then I would have achieved my mission.
Thank you. My name is Boniface Mwali from the Entertainment and Arts Journalists of Association of Kenya. And my question to you, Youssou, is, given what you've said, the young people, they are the majority they play a significant role in our society today. What would you say is the role of the media, the journalists seated here, in creating this society that you describe and in influencing the young people to play a role, a more visible role in governance?
Merci. Je pense que, bon, d'abord, il faut savoir qui est le média. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes dans un monde où, je le dis tout le temps, chacun a une télé dans sa poche. Tout le monde est média. Donc, c'est une conscience généralisée qu'il faut. Et je pense que, bon, c'est la responsabilité. C'est la responsabilité des médias, en tout cas reconnus et identifiables, qui est très importante. Mais tout le monde le sait. Ce qui fait maintenant le média n'est pas seulement ce qui vient des hommes de médias. Parce que chaque personne a une télé dans sa poche. Il décide de dire que, voilà, on a dit quelque chose, après il poste, peut-être ça devient une information. Donc, be careful.
So I'd like to start by thanking the members of the media and asking the question of who really is the media. And the reason why I ask this question is because I like to say that today everybody has a TV in their pocket. And the truth is, the media needs to be aware of the impact that they can have by sharing some of the messages. But it goes beyond the media. It needs to touch everybody, because everybody can be considered a member of the media. Since anybody can today decide to pick up their phone and record something, share some type of information. So it goes back to this same idea of awareness that I was talking about, how people need to be aware of the power that they have and hold responsibility and find ways to act in an appropriate fashion.
My name is Wanjiko. This is an amazing experience so far, and it's a great honor for Youssou N'Dour to be in Kenya. We salute you, sir. So my question is actually to Youssou N'Dour. Actually, I have two. How does it feel to be in Kenya, and what should we expect from you from the upcoming Mo Ibrahim Festival at the KICC tomorrow?
Salam. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Definitely, Kenya is one of the country all artists from the continent wanna be here. Definitely, this is my third time to come into Kenya, but this one is very special because of I think 6 or 7 months the Mo Ibrahim Foundation working about the prize. All these things, people they gonna invite, but definitely the last 2 months before the ceremony, they thinking about music. This is the connection with the Mo Ibrahim Foundation. We did that everywhere, and every time we came, we need to be official. The next day, we need to be open, because what the foundation did is important, good governance for Africa, and it's very important also to share it with young people who know exactly what we're doing. I'm very happy and exciting about tomorrow, about today and tomorrow, and connection. Some months ago, I think we did something with Salt Soul. Yeah, was great connection. Was great connection. I'm really exciting.
What is the song 7 Seconds all about, and is it based on a real life situation?
7 seconds is a connection between Nene and me. A long time ago, my first show in Sweden was in the village called Togap, and I meet Nene there. And she was very very young, and the end of the show, she come to me and say, "I want to sing with you." And I say, yes. Yes. And she was not popular at that time. And some years after, she becoming very popular. And we met in Mandela show in London. She asked me again about, singing with me. And then, yeah, I say, of course. Then we meet in New York and then do the song together without the record company, but because we really need to do a song. And then when we present the song to the record company, they said, this is a hit. And then, the things start there. We talk about young people, child, when they grow, they didn't know about color, they didn't know about culture, they just around. And we think, this image is very important for the world. This image is very, very necessary for the world to see child together. And this is really about the 7 seconds.